The hardest test you'll ever face is from family who secretly harm you. Why? Because they smile at you, they're close to you, but their true intentions are hidden. You don't feel attacked. You just feel confused. One day you leave their company, and your chest is tight, your confidence is gone, and your plans suddenly feel contaminated. But you tell yourself, no, it's just family. I'm overthinking it. But listen carefully. Sometimes the most dangerous harm isn't open hatred. It's hidden envy, hidden control, hidden competition, hidden resentment, all wrapped up in what looks like advice, jokes, concern, and cries of, "I only want what's best for you." And when Allah protects you from this, He rarely does it with a loud, dramatic confrontation. He does it with subtlety, through the unseen, through shifts in your taste, through openings and contractions, and through doors that just quietly stop opening for you to walk through. This is how Allah protects you from family who secretly harm you. He doesn't make you hate them. He just makes you see. He doesn't make you cruel. He teaches you to set boundaries with respect. Because Islam doesn't teach paranoia, and it doesn't tell you to cut off your bloodline over an ego clash. But it also doesn't command you to stand still while someone slowly bleeds you dry. So listen, because if you recognize these patterns, you'll stop blaming yourself, and you will stop handing your heart to people who keep dropping it. There's a story I want you to hold in your mind. A person, let's call him Yusuf, was blessed with an opening. New work, new confidence, a new direction in life. He did what many of us do. He shared it with his family, hoping for prayers, hoping for warmth. They smiled. They said, "Mashallah," but the air changed. Suddenly, everything became a question. Are you sure? Who told you to do that? You're getting ahead of yourself. Don't embarrass yourself. Be realistic. If Yusuf succeeded, they said, it was just luck. If he struggled, they'd say, I told you so. No one ever screamed at him. No one hit him. But every single time he left their presence, he felt smaller. And he couldn't explain why, because the harm was wearing perfume. Then Allah began to protect him, not with an argument, with a pattern. The first way Allah protects you is by draining the sweetness. You know something is from Allah when your heart is guided without force. Allah starts by changing the taste of the relationship. You used to enjoy sitting with them, but now you feel heavy before you even arrive. You used to overshare everything, but now your tongue just stops. You used to crave their approval, but now it feels pointless. This isn't you becoming arrogant. This is Allah making your heart less receptive to their poison. When Allah wants to protect you, He makes the harmful thing lose its sweetness, so you can detach without needing to declare a war. Pay attention to that heaviness. Sometimes it's not anxiety. It's a warning. The second way, Allah blocks your vulnerability. One of the most powerful protections is when Allah stops you from exposing yourself. You go to tell them something, and then you just don't. You go to show them your plan, and your phone stays in your pocket. You're about to ask for advice, and suddenly you remember. Every time you do, you regret it. This is not random. Allah protects your blessings by helping you hide them. Not everyone deserves access to your dreams. Not everyone deserves the blueprint of what Allah is building inside you. Some people can't harm you with their fists, so they harm you with doubt. They plant fear. They delay you. They make you second-guess what Allah has already opened for you. So Allah blocks your tongue. He blocks your trust. He helps you hold back the details. He doesn't make you rude. He just makes you private. The third way, Allah exposes them through their patterns, not their claims. Harmful family members rarely show their true colors in one big moment. They show themselves in repetition. Watch the pattern. When something good happens to you, they disappear. When you struggle, they suddenly have all the time in the world. When you speak about your joy, they change the subject. But when you speak about your pain, they listen almost too carefully. They praise you in public, and put you down in private. They give advice that always ends with you staying small, staying dependent, staying just beneath them. And you keep telling yourself, maybe I'm imagining it. No, Allah exposes the unseen intention by making it predictable. When you can predict how someone will react to your happiness, you've already seen enough. The fourth way, Allah makes their mask slip at the exact moment you needed proof. This is a strange kind of mercy. Allah will let you witness one sentence, one reaction, one so-called joke, one moment of disrespect that is so clear, so undeniable, that even your forgiving heart cannot explain it away. It's like Allah is saying, enough, you're not blind. Don't lie to yourself anymore. And the reason it happens at that specific moment is because you were just about to hand them something precious, a secret, a plan, a new relationship, news of a pregnancy, a fresh start. So Allah shows you their real face for just 3 seconds, just long enough, not to make you hate them, but to make you stop trusting them with your softness. The fifth way, Allah separates you without you having to cut the ties. This is so important, so listen slowly. Allah can protect you without turning you into someone who breaks the bonds of kinship. Separation isn't always about no contact. Sometimes separation is simply distance with respect. Less time together, less access to your life, less emotional exposure, more boundaries, more privacy. You can maintain family ties while refusing to be harmed. You can check in without confessing your whole heart. You can be polite without being constantly available. You can show goodness without letting them manage your life. This is a mature form of protection. It's not rage. It's not revenge. It's just clarity. The sixth way, Allah sends you new people who make you realize what love actually feels like. One of the greatest awakenings comes through comparison. Allah brings someone new into your life, a friend, a mentor, a spouse, a teacher, who treats you with genuine sincerity. They celebrate you without competition. They advise you without trying to control you. They correct you without humiliating you. They make prayers for you, and you can actually feel it. And suddenly, you realize something painful. I've been calling harm normal just because it came from my family. Allah does this to reteach your nervous system what safety feels like. So you stop begging for crumbs. You stop chasing approval. You stop confusing bloodline with mercy. And the seventh way, Allah gives you the strength to say no without explaining yourself. This is the final protection, inner authority. At first, you couldn't do it. You would tremble. You would over-explain. You would try to convince them that you're still a good person. Then, Allah builds something new inside of you. You begin to say, no, I can't do that. I'm not discussing this. I'm keeping it private. I need some space. And you say it without a long speech, without guilt, without needing them to agree with you. This isn't harshness. This is Allah returning you to your own dignity. Because some family members harm you by making you feel that obedience to them is the same as obedience to Allah. But Allah never commanded you to accept oppression. He never commanded you to stay in humiliation. He never commanded you to hand your mental health and your future to people who will misuse them. So when you finally gain the ability to set a boundary while keeping your good character, this is a sign that Allah is protecting you. Now, here is the balance, so you don't fall into an extreme. Not every cold moment is secret harm. Not every disagreement is envy. Not every family member who advises you is secretly against you. So what do? You don't become paranoid. You become precise. You measure by patterns. You look at the fruits, not the words. You ask Allah for inner sight. And you take steps that are both spiritual and practical. Keep your wins private until they are established. Reduce your oversharing. Stop seeking validation from people who punish you for growing. Make prayer for their guidance, but don't give them the steering wheel of your life. If there is real abuse, emotional, physical, or financial, please seek trusted help and safety. Islam does not require you to be harmed in silence. And above all, do not let their hidden harm turn you into a bitter person, because that is the final trap. They hurt you, and then you become someone you don't even recognize. Allah's protection is not just about removal. It is about purification. So let's end this with a prayer. Ya Allah, show me people as they truly are. Place light in my heart and truth on my tongue. Protect my blessings from envy. Protect my mind from manipulation. Let me keep family ties with excellence, but never at the cost of my dignity. If you separate me, make it peaceful. If you keep me near them, make it safe. And if harm is hidden, Ya Allah, remove it from my life with your gentleness. Because when Allah protects you, He doesn't always remove people dramatically. Sometimes He simply removes their access to you. And that quiet protection, that subtle closing of doors, that draining of sweetness, that sudden strength in your chest is Allah working for you, silently, from behind the veil.